In an age where technology, ambition, and imagination have fused to reshape skylines and redefine the boundaries of possibility, the world has given rise to a new generation of wonders, modern marvels so grand, so audacious, and so astonishing that they rival the legendary feats of the ancient world, and in many cases, surpass them. These are not just structures, they are monumental expressions of human will, steel-clad dreams forged in the fires of innovation and executed with impossible precision. Our journey begins with the Burj Khalifa in Dubai, an epic tower that pierces the heavens like a man-made mountain of glass and steel, soaring an almost surreal 828 meters into the sky, a staggering height that dwarfs entire cityscapes and redefines the concept of a vertical city. More than just the tallest building in the world, the Burj Khalifa is a symbolic totem of ambition, the crown jewel of a city determined to manifest the future in the middle of a desert. It defies gravity, logic, and doubt, rising with the elegance of a needle threading through clouds, its spire a lightning rod of aspiration. And as you ascend its dizzying elevators, racing skyward at speeds that blur the senses, the view expands into a panorama of human triumph over nature, a 360-degree testament to what happens when design, engineering, and boundless determination converge. But modern wonders are not confined to the vertical, they also stretch across oceans, span mountains, and bend time and space, as we see in the Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge, the longest sea crossing in the world, a 55-kilometer engineering odyssey that links three megacities across turbulent waters with the grace and complexity of a cybernetic serpent. Taking over a decade to build and requiring artificial islands, submerged tunnels, and seismic-resistant pylons, the bridge is more than a transportation link, it's a geopolitical and infrastructural symphony, a marvel of connectivity in an age where movement defines progress. Moving from seas to cities, the Gardens by the Bay in Singapore represents a fusion of nature and futurism unlike anything else on Earth. This otherworldly park, nestled in the heart of a dense metropolis, looks like something lifted from a science fiction novel, where towering supertrees embedded with solar panels form vertical ecosystems glowing with electric hues at night, while two massive biodomes, the Flower Dome and Cloud Forest, create climate-controlled environments that house exotic flora from every continent. But this is no mere garden, it's a statement, a philosophical gesture that says the future of architecture is not just sustainable but symbiotic, a place where biology and technology coexist in harmony. Each detail, from its automated watering systems to the carefully curated species within, reflects an evolutionary leap in how we imagine urban spaces, not just as centers of commerce, but as living, breathing organisms. Yet if Singapore is an ecological utopia, then the Large Hadron Collider on the Franco-Swiss border is its scientific doppelganger, a buried titan of inquiry that stretches 27 kilometers beneath the Earth, forming the most complex machine ever built by humankind. Hidden from sight but not from imagination, the LHC smashes particles together at near-light speeds in the quest to unlock the secrets of the universe, from the elusive Higgs boson to the mysteries of dark matter, effectively turning quantum mechanics into a form of architectural art. It is a monument not of steel towers or ornate facades, but of subatomic ambition, where the foundations of reality are dissected, tested, and rebuilt inside miles of superconducting magnets and cryogenic chambers colder than outer space. But modern wonder is not limited to science, it also flourishes in art and culture, as demonstrated by the Louvre Abu Dhabi, a museum unlike any other, whose floating dome appears to hover above the waters of the Persian Gulf like a celestial body, filtering sunlight through its complex metal lattice to create a rain of light that dances across its white walls in patterns reminiscent of traditional Arab mashrabiyah. Designed by Jean Nouvel, this modern sanctuary of knowledge bridges east and west, blending Islamic architecture with contemporary minimalism, and in doing so, redefines what a museum can be, not merely a container of relics but a philosophical space where light, water, and art meet. Likewise, the Milo Vioaduct in France stretches across the Tarn Valley like a silver blade, its slender towers taller than the Eiffel Tower, rising above the clouds in a delicate balance of strength and grace. Designed by Norman Foster, this cable-stayed bridge is not only an engineering tour de force but a poetic triumph, appearing to float across the landscape with a silence and majesty that leaves onlookers breathless. It is the perfect union of form and function, a road to the sky that proves infrastructure can be sublime. No list of modern wonders would be complete without the International Space Station, the most extraordinary collaborative project in human history, an orbiting laboratory, observatory, and outpost that has circled Earth more than 130,000 times since its launch, hosting astronauts from over 20 nations as they live, work, and experiment in zero gravity. The ISS is the physical manifestation of global cooperation and shared destiny, a symbol that humanity, despite its divisions, can unite for a common purpose beyond Earth. Floating 400 kilometers above our heads, it represents not only the pinnacle of aerospace engineering but also a philosophical leap toward becoming an interplanetary species. And back on Earth, the Shanghai Tower spirals into the skyline of China's financial capital like a coiled dragon, its twisting form engineered not just for aesthetics but for efficiency, wind resistance, and environmental sustainability. At 632 meters tall, it is the world's second tallest building, yet its greatest achievement lies not in its height but in its ideology, a vertical city of gardens, offices, and observation decks wrapped in a double-skin facade that reduces energy consumption by 20%. This is not architecture as ego. This is architecture as ecosystem, a vertical ecosystem that reinvents the skyscraper for the 21st century. And then we come to the Panama Canal expansion, one of the most ambitious engineering upgrades of the 21st century, transforming a century-old marvel into a modern powerhouse of global trade. With new locks, deeper channels, and wider passages, the expansion allows for the passage of megaships previously too large for the original canal, effectively reshaping global shipping routes and saving untold amounts of time, fuel, and money. The canal is no longer just a shortcut, it's a geopolitical artery, a man-made river that pulses with the lifeblood of global commerce. Finally, the Tokyo Skytree, a communications and observation tower that rises like a futuristic spear above the world's largest city, blending ancient Japanese design principles with cutting-edge engineering. At 634 meters, it is the tallest tower in the world, built to withstand the earthquakes and typhoons that regularly batter Japan. Its seismic-proof design draws from traditional wooden pagodas, whose central pillars absorb shockwaves, proving once again that the wisdom of the past can inform the miracles of the future. From its sky-high decks, one can gaze across Tokyo's vast expanse, a metropolis of neon and order, chaos and calm, an urban organism that hums with life, crowned by this great steel needle reaching into the heavens. These 10 modern wonders are more than just tourist destinations or feats of engineering, they are monuments to the human spirit, cathedrals of courage and creativity that show us what's possible when we dare to dream on a planetary scale. Each one reflects a different facet of our civilization's genius, the drive to rise, to connect, to explore, to preserve, to push against the unknown and come back with something breathtaking. They are sacred spaces in their own right, whether floating in orbit, rising from the Earth, or glowing in the heart of a megacity, and they remind us that wonder is not a relic of the ancient world, but a living, breathing force that still pulses through the steel, glass, and concrete of the present. Whether soaring into the clouds, tunneling beneath oceans, or whispering quietly in the snow, these modern wonders are not just things we see, they are things we feel, experiences that leave us speechless, moved, awakened. They are postcards from the future written in the language of the present, reminding us that even in an age of cynicism and chaos, awe still has a place. They show us that while nature gave us mountains, rivers, and stars, we responded with towers, bridges, and machines that bend the rules of the earth itself, and not to dominate, but to participate, to harmonize, to create something transcendent. And this, perhaps, is the greatest modern wonder of all, that the spirit of creation, once the domain of gods and legends, now lives in the hands of architects, engineers, artists, and dreamers who shape the world not out of necessity alone, but out of a boundless, defiant, and beautiful need to make something that lasts.